Hi, my name is Joe and today we're going to talk about pronunciation. Now, if you noticed, I said today we're going to talk about pronunciation, not today we are going to talk about pronunciation. The first sentence that I said is an example of connected speech. In English, when we speak, we connect words. Now, we do this because English is a stress-timed language. That means that we stress the most important words and we unstress the words which are not particularly important. This you don't do in Chinese, where every syllable has the same length. But in English, we need to change the sounds so that they fit in a particular sentence. For example, if I say to you 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, no problem there. If I say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, okay, I've inserted the word and, but I didn't say and, I said un. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but I've used the same time to say that. Okay, so I'm stressing the important words like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm unstressing other words. This is something which you can practice with time, and it will take you a long time. The easiest one, for example, a simple example, I say to you, how are you? I don't say how are you, because if you say like how are you, it's almost like a robot speaking.
I am burning up a supernova just to speak with you. I love you.
So, how are you? And the secret of doing this is to try and imagine that it's one particular word, that's all. This will make you sound a lot more native. Don't forget, unless you start learning English at a very young age, it's almost impossible to achieve native-like pronunciation. There are many reasons for this. I'm not going to go into them, but you don't need to worry about it. The most important thing is communication. People need to understand what you're saying. Now, different nationalities have different problems with pronunciation. For example, English people learning Spanish have certain problems with some sounds. So let's have a look at some problems that you guys might have when you're learning English. I thought I'd look first at vowel sounds, for example, like I and E. For example, the word like it and then eat. To make these sounds, your mouth, your tongue are in very similar positions. The biggest difference basically is with E, your cheeks go up, so I, E, right? E. One way of practicing this is to do what we call minimal pairs. For example, it, eat, bit, beat, hit, heat, ship, sheep. Now, normally, depending on the context, this shouldn't cause too many problems. For example, if you're walking through a field and you see a sheep and you say, look, there's a sheep. Now, if you say there's a ship, I'm pretty sure people would understand that you're trying to say sheep. Okay? So, normally from the context, you would know what the meaning is. But it is something which you need to practice. Okay? Another thing, for example, let's look at some consonant sounds. The TH sound can be voiced and unvoiced. Let me explain. If we have a voiced sound, that means the sound comes from the chest, right? And you can actually hear it. If it's unvoiced, it comes from here, it comes from your throat. So, for example, put your hands over your ears and say th, th, and you can't really hear anything. Now, do it again, but this time imagine you're saying the word the, okay? The. With the second one, you can hear the noise around in your ears. And that's the difference between voiced and unvoiced. It's a very common sound in English, for example, like the TH sound when it's voiced, like the, they, then, whether. Unvoiced could be things like thin or month. So again, it's something which you can practice on your own. Another area maybe to look at could be letters which don't exist in Chinese, the R and the L. R at the end of a word is not a problem because in British English we don't pronounce it. For example, bigger, smaller, fatter, thinner. However, at the start of the word it is important. You need to pronounce it, because if not then you could get mistakes. For example, if I say rice, okay, sometimes Chinese students replace the R with an L and it's lice. Now, lice are small little horrible insects that cause problems. They stay in your hair, so be careful with things like that. I suggest you try and do minimal pairs exercises. You can find many resources online, and just for you to hear the difference, particularly like I said, vowel sounds I and E, the R and the L, and the TH sounds. Okay, good luck, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.